Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Looks like I'll be wrapping up today before the bells ring, but it gives me great pleasure to rise in the House and speak on Bill C-60, an act to implement certain measures contained in the budget that was presented on March the 21st by the Minister of Finance. Mr. Speaker, this bill is about continuing the important work of this government on jobs, growth, and long-term prosperity. This bill will implement very important measures for all Canadians, and I know will improve the lives of people across Canada and in my riding of Mississauga-Streetsville. At the outset, I would like to re-quote some of the things that the Minister of Finance told the House on March 21st when he tabled Economic Action Plan 2013. And he stated, "Canada is in an enviable position among the world's industrial economies. We have fared relatively better than most in the aftermath of the worst recession in a generation. As many of our allies and trading partners continue to struggle, we are well placed to prosper. By sticking to the long view, by taking strong, decisive action, whenever it has been required, we have grown stronger, even as many have weakened." End quote. But he went on to say, "It is clear to the world that Canada has picked the right path and the right plan, a responsible plan for jobs growth and long-term prosperity." Mr. Speaker, I am proud to be a member of a government that is committed to a solid plan for the near and long term. I'm proud of a finance minister and a prime minister that have put the economy first. But I'm also immensely proud of Canadians who continue to work hard, do their best, and make Canada the greatest country in the world. Mr. Speaker, there is no better way that this is shown than through community service and charitable giving. It has been my honor and privilege to serve on many community agencies in the city of Mississauga with passionate volunteers for more than 3 decades. I see the wonderful work that each and every one of them does, and I see the tremendous generosity of people who donate to these vital organizations. That is why I am so delighted to see this bill implement a new super credit for first-time donors to charitable organizations so that we may bring in thousands of new contributors to support these important services. Charitable giving promotes philanthropy and good citizenship while helping others when they need it most. Mr. Speaker, I had the distinct pleasure to serve as a member of the Board of Directors of the Peel Children's Aid Society and Foundation, and I'm very pleased to see that this bill allows certain adoption-related expenses incurred before a child's adoption file is opened to be now eligible for the adoption expense tax credit. Our CAS system plays a very important role in adoption, and any way we can help families with the costs of this will be greatly appreciated. I see as well, Mr. Speaker, that there is good news in this bill for veterans, in that the bill amends the War Veterans Allowance Act to ensure that veterans' disability benefits are no longer deducted when calculating the War Veteran Allowance, and the contributions for the last post fund for funeral and burial services have been doubled. Further, Mr. Speaker, this budget is very good news for our partners in the municipalities across Canada. Bill C-60 proposes to index the gas tax revenue that is sent to municipalities that they use for important transit and transportation infrastructure that suits local needs. Our last budget made this transfer permanent, and this one ensures that the funds will grow with inflation. This government respects our towns and cities and works with them as true partners. I am certain that in my own city of Mississauga, that these important funds will help our city continue to grow and provide needed transportation infrastructure for many years to come. As a member of the Standing Committee on Human Resources, Skills and Social Development, and Status of Persons with Disabilities, I am very pleased to see that this bill proposes changes to the temporary foreign worker program to ensure that it operates within its original mandate to permit the use of foreign workers on a temporary basis in certain sectors where Canadians cannot fill those jobs, and through a new registration and fee process to ensure ultimate accountability. While there has been much media fanfare about the TFW program, it is still a vital system for some areas of the country, and it should be improved, not scrapped. Bill C-60 proposes a strengthened program with the proper checks and balances as we move forward. Mr. Speaker, there is also new support for job creators. Bill C-60 proposes changes to the mineral exploration tax credit, extending the temporary accelerated capital cost allowance rate for machinery and equipment, and it modernizes the general preferential tariff regime for developing countries to help Canadian companies better compete with foreign firms. It also provides over $70 million in tariff relief for families purchasing sports equipment or baby clothing. Through this budget, Mr. Speaker, the Government of Canada is renewing its commitment of fiscal transfers to the provinces for equalization to March of 2019, providing them that important sense of stable funding. Mr. Speaker, C-60 makes a number of changes that continues Canada moving on the path of better jobs and greater prosperity. It sets an important tone of confidence and responsibility at times that are still cautious and fragile. This is not the time to propose huge new tax increases on Canadians or go on wild spending sprees. We cannot play fast and loose with Canadians' hard-earned tax dollars, and we cannot slag our trading partners and the private sector. As we move forward, Mr. Speaker, I look forward to the implementation of the new Canada Job Grant with the provinces and employers. I look forward to the 10-year renewal of the Canada Building Fund with provinces and municipalities. I look forward to the 5-year renewal of the Affordable Housing Program and the Homelessness Partnering Strategy. I look forward to the renewal of the hiring tax credit for Canada's job creators. I look forward to new investments in innovation and technology, and I look forward to Canada's continued economic leadership at home and in the world. Mr. Speaker, it is easy for members on the other side to criticize while offering no ideas of their own, other than raising taxes and increasing spending. This is not a plan for Canada. It is a recipe for disaster. As the Minister of Finance concluded on March 21st, and I quote, "Today we move this responsible plan forward toward that bright future. With this plan, our government renews our commitment to Canadians, our commitment to jobs, our commitment to growth, our commitment to long-term prosperity for all Canadians." Thank you.
It being